Email and text campaigns are what we're going to talk about in this video. And this tool may be your most high impact tool for scaling your business. We're going to talk big picture first of all and look at what we've got going on here. And then we're going to dive a little bit deeper into how, if you want, you can modify these to make them a little bit more like your business, your tone, your voice, etc. So let's just zoom out for a second here and show what we got going on. Inside of the system on Agent CRM, we've got a tab called Automation. Workflows, automations, same thing. It's like the brains of your system, the rules and sequences of events that happen in certain stages. And you can see as we go into one of the branding bundle folders, we'll jump back here, ACA, we've got the whole lead journey mapped out. What happens when they're generated, nurturing them, showing up to appointments if we need to gather some sort of consent, reminders for appointments, all that and more. We're going to dive into a specific folder here. They are ready to go out of the box, but you may want to make sure you know what language is being sent on behalf of my business. And of course, if you want to personalize it. So let's jump in. We'll do one or two examples together here, but we can click on the folder itself to be taken into that specific series of assets. Now, most of the main ones, they'll be numbered 2.0, 3.0. There'll be supplementary or bonus ones, but we're going to focus on the main campaigns themselves. New lead campaign as one example. Now, let's take a look here. Where is it? There we go. Okay. So there's a trigger. Trigger sets off a chain of events. You can focus on that later. The main thing we want to focus on, you can read the review, what to do, but the main thing is we want to actually check each item. For example, SMS 1, let's get myself out of the way here. Ooh. SMS 1, we can see here, hi, and then this is called a custom field. It will autofill with their information. This is assigned user, that's you. This is Will. Thanks for requesting information about health insurance plans. So we want to review, is the language sounding good? Do I want to include anything else? We can add or remove message content and just personalize it a little bit, or again, leave it as it is. But we do want to know what is being sent on our behalf. A good recommendation is in a place like this. This is the first contact interaction with a new lead. I'm just going to put my photo in there so that when they get a text, there's a photo of me. Hey, I want to personalize myself. So let's make sure we attach that. We can even send a test to ourselves. You will need to add the +1 if that's your area code and then your full code, but you can do the test. Make sure you save on the bottom right if you've added your photo or changed the language. And then I like to always make sure if I see that little red save button, I hit it. I hit it so many times, I want to make sure to lock in those changes. All right, we've got email 1 here, and this is an old demo account and something here is happening. So I'm just going to reconnect if you ever experienced this problem. But we can see here if I go into, let's just remove that design. We can add a template. This is a little bit supplementary training here, but let's just type in 2.0. We're going to connect the ACA. You likely will not need to do this, but if you're ever trying to build your own templates, that's in future trainings, you can see here the visual display is now reconnected. And sync edits and templates, make sure that's turned on in most cases. Bonus settings, we're going to ignore those for now. What we can do is actually click directly on the template through the little shortcut. And that's going to bring us here to preview it. We actually want to edit it. Let's go to edit design through the little pencil. There it is. And we can see the email itself in all of its glory. Now it should look like this to start with, especially if you've filled in the customizer. Your logo, your colors are already there. And again, it's probably ready to go. But if you want to review the language, You can see, do I want to add stuff, remove stuff? Do I want to, as another example, if I click on the top left, I can add elements. I can add a video of myself. I can add, at the very least, maybe I want to add a photo again. Let's throw that down. And let's throw that, I'll throw it here just for example. So click on the pencil icon. We're going to show Hurley because we're using Hugo. And it's a little too big, so we can just width it 300 maybe. There we go. Save the template. Add or move or change things around as needed. Just read the tips and follow along as needed. You can rearrange the elements, classic template builder. Save it and get back out again. Now, what we want to potentially do here is we want to review the subject line. If the subject line needs to be replaced, again, this is all about personalizing. It's not necessary, but these are upgrades and ways you might want to come back later and say, I think that my messages, I want to get better response. My show rate, I need to increase that. My conversion from leads, maybe I want to increase that. But let's hit save here. And you can see that little error went away right away. And just going through one at a time. Again, you likely won't experience this, but if you do, our team or this training will kind of show you what to do. Add selfie. We're just going to go through one at a time and review. And at the very least, just know what is being sent on behalf of your business from the automations. Let's jump back out and show one or two more. I'll explain what the other ones are, and you can kind of just rinse and repeat. Follow those instructions. Lead nurture is if they don't book right away. So new lead, it's a new lead, that's obvious. But lead nurture, cold and aged leads, or people who didn't book and they were a fresh lead, but kind of cooled down a little bit. So we're going to go in here, and what we're going to do is just click on the email. Next. Again, I'm showing you a bad demo account here. Those should not be there, but you would just simply reconnect it the way I did previously. Appointments scheduled, not much to it, but if you click on the appointment reminders, we're just going to go through each folder and kind of, I see what's happening. Click on the buttons and click on the emails, and you start to learn the words and you start to learn what's happening. Here's one that we can do. SMS, calling soon with a selfie. We just click on the items, and what we're going to do is just make it our own or add an attachment, anything that we want to do to make sure that what people are hearing, both leads and clients, gets the right message from us in the way that we want to say it. Some of these messages will go out automatically. They're already turned on. They're not drafted. They're in that publish mode. So adding a tag will send these messages right away. So part of your learning of the system is just, turning those dials. That's the first week or two, kind of seeing what's actually happening and been set up for you. And then after week 1 or 2, when you start to work on the second phase, daily use training, then you're going to actually start sending these campaigns. But right now, just click on them. Click on the emails, click on the text messages, make it your own. Don't forget to hit that save button to lock in your results and make this your own language if you want. Now, last note here, we do have cross sells. We don't know exactly what you are cross-selling. So that is a separate video that's going to be under the enhancements phase as a bonus. But if you do choose to modify your cross-sells, there is a separate training video for that. We presume that these might be per bundle. We've assumed what the most common email sequences are, but the customization for that has a few extra steps. So look for cross-sell vault training if that's what you're looking for. Last thoughts, just as we talk about the big picture again, these are all different stages in the client relationship. It's about increasing your conversion, increasing your retention, increasing your show rate. There are emails and text messages that are sent through carriers, and that does incur a carrier fee. But think about the increase in, again, all those things that I mentioned, that a text message might cost 2 cents per 140 characters or segment. you're sending messages to increase your results. So consider that and dial it in, personalize it as you go. And we hope that this tool is one of your most high impact tools as you build in the year ahead with Agent CRM. Thanks for watching and happy editing.